Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna give you a tour of my freezer. That's why we're here, because I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks that I use to make my life in the kitchen easier. So let's get started. I'm gonna go drawer by drawer so I don't miss anything. So let's start. That's our freezer. So here's where we keep small things. That's the messy one. So here we usually keep our frozen fruit. Now we only have a mix of berries frozen, but we usually have bags with frozen banana or I actually think, yeah. We have frozen pineapple or mango or any fruit that we buy. And then we use that for smoothies. And then I have garlic cubes. That's the most useful thing I have in the freezer. I use this all the time, so I freeze them. It's just like cubes, and it has crushed garlic, parsley, and olive oil. And I just freeze them, put them in a bag, and I use this so much. I would say that's the thing I use the most. It's super easy, and then you don't have to make it. Then I also have like frozen ginger. Same, as I don't use ginger a lot, I don't want it to go bad, so I cut it and freeze it. And I even do that with lemon. I just finished the last one today, but I want to also freeze like lemon juice and ginger inside so I can use it for the mornings. I just boil some water and throw in a cube of ginger and lemon, and that's done. Sauces, we made a garlic sauce, so I freeze it on cubes because when it's frozen you can see anything. But yeah, that's like garlic sauce here, frozen sauce. I made the applesauce myself because it just boiled apple and blended, so I just use it for maybe 1 or 2 recipes, so I just froze it and here it is. Same with spices. This one was expiring, it's dill, and before it went bad I just froze it. Another thing I didn't know you could freeze, but now I know, is that you can freeze ham or any other meat like this. So that's super useful because if you find it on sale, if you find it on sale, you can take extra and freeze it. And we've tried this now more than once, and it's nice. When you defrost it, it's actually good. So yeah, you can do this. And same with cheese. We also have cheese, just that it's in another drawer. And another thing that we have is cabbage and spring onion. We use that mostly for okonomiyakis. So we got all the cabbage left and froze it. So that's the drawer I use the most. It's like super small things that I keep there in bags. There's a ton of bags, but they are super useful. And the garlic thing, please do the garlic thing. Or lemon, applesauce, everything. I just use everything. So ginger is also super good. And on to the next one is usually veggies. Although now it's a little bit messy. We always have frozen grated cheese because that's super useful to have, and it goes bad super fast if you don't use it that much, so we always freeze it. Then I just got sweet potato, normal fries, parsnip, and then I put it in bags, and when I want to cook them I just take this out and put it in the oven. We have some spinach, corn, peas, just frozen veggies. Then I have this one here, which is a tomato sauce that if you haven't seen my video, you're so fucking close. So this is a tomato sauce that I use for my aubergine parmigiana, that if you haven't seen it, you can see it up here. And I had leftover sauce because, as I told you, you need to make a lot because you're gonna spend hours making it, so you would rather make a lot and freeze it. So here's my frozen one. And something else I have recently started doing is rice. So whenever we cook rice, I cook extra and then I put it in small bags and froze it. And then if you are ever like in a hurry and you want to make something fast, you can just defrost this super fast and it's ready. You don't need to wait 15 minutes to boil it. So yeah, and that's lentils. We have a Tupperware of lentils here. And this is another messy one because there's a lot of food here right now. So basically it's chicken. So we found chicken on sale. It was really cheap, so we bought a lot, like really a lot. And we separate it in small bags. That's super important. If you don't do this, you need to freeze it in different bags because then you just take out the part that you want, because once it freezes, yeah, that's impossible to separate now. And what we did is that we have like chicken breast completely, like the full piece. Then we have chicken stripes, chicken pieces, so everything is labeled, and that makes our life better, easier. And something else that I started doing recently is this broth bag. So I just made some broth the other day with these frozen veggies, and it was delicious. So I want to show you, every time I cut veggies and I have, like, for example, that's the green part of the leeks that you don't usually put on soups. Then you put it on the freezer, keep it here. That's the leaf of a cauliflower, so instead of throwing that, it's into the bag again. Have some celery. I have some broccoli stem. Some broccoli stems, because I usually don't use that, so I cut it and I wash it and put it into the bag. And I even tried, so there's some carrot peels. So when I got a lot of carrots for one recipe, I just clean them and put them here. I obviously don't do this with absolutely every carrot I peel. So if it's the case that I'm using a lot of carrots or a lot of potatoes, I might as well just wash it and put it here. So yeah, just peels of things, and it's like a leftover broth, and it's actually super nice. So I'm gonna keep doing this because I liked it a lot. And then I just put a mix of this with some carrots, parsnip, whatever I have, and it's perfect. So you should really try this, because it's a way to not throw these parts of the veggies, use them for something, and at the same time to have a nice broth. Something else I would freeze, it's the broth itself. I would totally freeze this. I always freeze my broth. And then the sweet one, we have the ice creams basically. And then another thing that we freeze is bread. Oh, you don't? Okay, I'll take it out. I'm sorry. Well, I was about to say that give a like to this video, because my boyfriend is filming me and he hates the noise of the freezer. Every time I'm opening a drawer, he's suffering, so give a like for him. But yeah, last thing is that we always freeze the bread. Bread goes bad so fast, it gets mold and it's disgusting, and you need to really eat a lot of bread for it not to go bad. And we don't use the same bread, because he has normal bread obviously, and I have gluten-free one, so we don't go through the whole package that fast. Freeze it, always freeze it, then you just pop it into the toaster, ready. So I think that's it. I hope I gave you some tips of things you can freeze, but basically you can almost freeze everything. So I also froze veggies if I want to use them in soups, for example. So not as a whole piece, I try to freeze the whole piece of fruit once, and then when you defrost them, the whole water goes out and it's a mess. But if you want to use it for soups, for example, or cut the pepper and put it there so you can just throw it into your recipes, that also works. If you cut it before and then you just pop it into the pot, then it's fine. Sauces, you can also freeze sauces. I usually make pesto and then I freeze it in small ice cubes again and put it there so I have it, because the basil also gets bad so fast. So when I have it, I just make the pesto sauce and freeze it. And I think that's it for now. I probably missed something. I just went through the freezer of what I have right now, so it could be more helpful. And with that said, I hope you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Remember to like this video for my boyfriend here filming, hating this whole sound. And remember to follow me on Instagram, because I'm posting a lot of recipes there, and I'll see you in the next one.